Hey guys, Loman02, currently playing 100 card Singleton with this cool Scapeshift deck. So it's a basically every color but white deck. I like having Secure Tri-Belter in my opener. I'm going to lead on Snow-Covered Forest. Wasteland's the only... Well, I guess they could have Ghost Quarter too, but... Alright, this... Well, there's some credibility... I'm going to get Underground Sea here. There's some credibility to leaving up Spell Snare here, but I think we just want to get the Sakura down and start building up our mana base. So Underground, Sakura, because this allows us to pulse a Barasa of the Sakura if we don't hit a land drop next turn, which I probably will. Alright, what land do they get? Could be Wasteland. I'm trying to think. Dark Depths? Okay, so they have a combo. What do I want to get here? Probably what? Probably an island, huh? Yeah. Because, here's my thinking. They just have the depths naturally. You get a Trop here. Yeah, if they naturally have it, then I would like to be able to Mystic Confluence it on my end step. And I'm not showing them white mana, so... They'd have to feel pretty comfortable. I suppose I could have also just Factor Fiction to there. Alright. I'm going to leave up Mystic Confluence and or Factor Fiction. If they went for that land, I feel like they have Dark Depths in hand. Yep, there we go. So they do have it. We'll Factor Fiction here. If they want to counter it, that's cool. They're not going to be able to Dark Depths on my end step. Well, Repeal answers the depths pretty well. I'm actually, I think, not going to take it. Well, I'll probably take it. Okay, they're going to put Repeal all on its own. Well, this is the cost of Dark Depths, is they're going back to... I'm going to discard a lot here. I couldn't play anything. Maybe the Repeal was correct there. But I feel like this just leaves my options a lot more open. Alright, going to go ahead and find a land. I think it was pretty obvious I had an answer to this. I'm going to get a Volcanic here. Even though it takes one mountain out of the deck. And hope they don't have a Force of Will. If they have Force of Will, that's pretty bad for us. What don't I need in this? Probably this. Yeah, okay. They just conceded it there because they're just way too far behind. They're behind 2 land drops, and that's got to not feel good. All right, Flash Freeze seems okay in this matchup. Maybe Dispel. Perish is interesting, but I don't think necessary. Yeah, they were pretty all in on. I don't think I need Gip Probe. Probably cut the Fire Ice as well. Alright, let's give this a shot. Could want to have Relic in this. I didn't see enough their deck. They could be like a Loam deck. But yeah, I think yeah, the Dark Depths combo is like a very all-in play, especially if you're doing it on turn 4. You really got to be sure. And when I'm on that many cards, if I'm ditching Repeal, you may as well just concede there, because I'm not going to get rid of the only thing that can stop a Merit Lage token. Although I think it may have been more correct to take, because I could have. Yeah, you know what it was, because I could have cultivated that turn as well and left up like other counter magic. I mean, then again, I wouldn't have had Repeal. I think my follow-ons after that, like, just depends. Like, I think it sets them back so far on tempo that taking the bigger pile is more correct there, even if I'm going to discard. Because I'm so far up on cards and mana at that point that like it's already a tempo beating. And if I took the repeal, they just wouldn't have gone for it, right? But there certainly are times that old Merit Lage can get you into trouble. Very powerful combo. It's one of the more popular ones in 100 card. He's at 102 cards. Alright, Mana Dork. Alright, discard I assume then. What does he discard out of his hand? No, just a Dork, okay. Alright, City of Brass. He's playing a lot of colors in. Well, if he doesn't attack with the Nobe, then that means he probably has counter magic available, or he could just cast another Dork out. Be probably happy with either. Alright, Loam. Could have paid 2 for that, but I think I'm going to be happier if they just push their hand out. Like, not a Planeswalker, but anything else I think I'm okay with. And if they do nothing again... Alright, they don't draw the Loam. Means they probably have enough lands for a couple drops. Okay. Alright, Tireless Tracker. Radiant Flames, leaving up Pierce because I feel like they probably have a Pierce or something like that as well. Or a Force Spike. I think it's proper to take the damage here. Okay. Well, I assume we're going to see a Spell Pierce, and I'm going to Pierce it back. Or they're just going to get... Well, they're going to get their card regardless. Alright. No, they're going to try to counter it. Well, have Mental Misstep or Force of Will. They don't pick up the Loam. Okay, Sylvan Scrying for what? Wasteland? Dark Depths again? Alright, Flooded Strand. Cool. Well, what are the chances they have a counterspell? Pretty high, so if they tap this mana on their turn, I'm going to let it fly. If they don't, then I'm just going to leave up Mystic Teachings. Alright, cool. They're going to cast something. Alright, Merchant Scroll. For what? Treasure Cruise? Could just be Force of Will. If they do that, I'm jamming the Jace probably for sure, because I'll just let them ditch their whole hand. Dig through time, okay. Well, I would love to cast that, but I think I need to look for just another land here. And I need to hope they don't have Daze, because they have two islands over there. Daze would be a disaster. I think we draw here, because we haven't made a land drop yet. Ooh. Well, then. This is rough. Well, we're going to miss. They're going to get to dig. If we had hit with a Dispel, that would have been pretty stellar. Alright, and they dredge. They are fairly low on life. So attacking with Lumbering Falls may not be that far off, and like throwing Burst Lightning at them, it's like 7 damage. Half their life total, 1 attack, and then Burst Lightning kicked. Alright, so we're going to loam first, finding the 3 lands, so back up to 6. Play a land drop out ostensibly, and then dig through time. There's the Daze, so we missed out on that just barely. That would have been a huge time beating. Hopefully no burn or a way to deal with the Jace right now. Alright. Well, they're going to cast something. Okay, this is a Vindicate for the Jace. No, Maelstrom Pulse, okay. Alright, just get a snow-covered forest here. I really don't want... That Courser's a good card, but I think I'd rather have the Eternal Witness here. Then we've got Dispel if they want to play around. Okay. Okay, draw. Alright, nothing. Yeah, they'll probably try to go for the dig through time on my end step or sometime during my turn. Land is the best draw in our deck. Well, not a land. Could counter this, but they don't know if I drew a land this turn or not. It's actually just going to get 3 visits, I think. Alright, maybe they're going to counter this now. I mean, if they had the counter, they would have countered this thing. They would have countered the Dispel. But I do have an attacker on the board now. They need to probably find one. Land is still lethal. If they don't do anything else. Like if they cast like a Primeval Titan, I think I'd be happy with that. If I cast Primeval Titan, I hit a land drop, I feel very good. It's a lot of ifs. But okay, Titania. A lot of value there. And they even have the Dark Depths to kind of make it go off even more. Alright, they just find a basic here. Note they did not get the Loam, though, so evidently they were looking for something. Alright, Ponder. Well, come on, deck, give me a land, and we can do this. That picks us up to 7. They've already played their land drop for the turn, which is relevant because they can't wasteland us now. What is their ideal find? They already used the Pierce. Ideal find is something like Dispel. Dispel is a card I'm glad I brought in. Certainly helped out a lot here. Alright. Oh, I guess they hadn't played their land drop. Alright, tapped. Cool. Alright, my turn. Land. Oh, deck. Why do you do this to me? Alright, we're going to hang back, chump block, and then try to find Force of Will with the Mystical Teachings. And hope they don't mise into the Wasteland. Alright, they did not, which is good. And it also means they did not draw a Counterspell this turn. And I'm going to have a Counterspell because I'm going to find Force of Will and probably pitch this Izzet Charm to it next turn. So the way this is going to play out, I mean, ideally I still draw a land, but I get to cultivate. Alright, yep, Loam. You have a bunch of 5/5s, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. So you know what? A minimum 3 of the cards in their hand are lands. All right. Alright, let's go for Mystical Teachings for a Force of Will here. If they counter this, then I'm still going to go for it, I think. Alright. This deck hopefully has Force of Will in it. Maybe it doesn't. That seems like an oversight. It does not. Alright, we'll pick up a mana drain here. Alright, that's not the best of draws. Well, if they have 2 counter spells, they can get this. I know they have 2 lands at a minimum in hand. Volcanic, Valakut, Taiga, Steam Events, Steam Events deck, Mountain. Smoldering Mars just takes so long on Moto. Yeah, no, it is a good game. Is it Interdict or Trick Bind? Yeah, okay, so we got him. Alright, cool. Well, that is Scapeshift in 100 card form. Very cool deck. It's actually shockingly consistent. Shockingly consistent deck for what it's doing. It's actually decently quick too. We kind of had some misses in that game. I don't want to play now. I think I want to play again. Could play Blue Moon. Nah, Blue Moon's normally not good against him. Just play some DarkJeskai. DarkJeskai Aggro. Okay, what do we think of this? Meh. I'm going to keep it. It's got removal. It's got some time. It's got a Jace, which is not bad. I think we lead on this. We'll probably find Tundra with it if we have to, and then the Badlands, I think, is in this deck with the Bloodstained. Depends on what lands we find. Alright, he's going to red-green. You get Underground Sea here and just play out the Delver. And hope it doesn't get bolted. If it does, whatever. Very well could. Yep. Reveal the Mana League. Wouldn't have actually minded hitting land there, but it's not bad to flip a Delver early. Not that he doesn't have probably many, many ways of dealing with this silly thing. Scrub a dub land? Or Plateau. I think I like Plateau better. Just show him what he knows. Yeah, I could Swords to Plowshares this thing. That was a solid pickup. I am going to draw step, click him, I think, and hope he doesn't have a walker, or doesn't have multiple walkers. And land here would still not be a bad draw because of Jace. Alright, Magus of the Moon, which is problematic. Huh. I care that much about a Magus? Yeah, I do. And get rid of that. Let him play his Huntmaster out, gain 2 life. I'll just STP it next turn. Only problem is with that is that it takes me off of Takes me off a Visit Charm. I mean, I assume he plays his Huntmaster out. Yep. Does not take me off of Evasive Action, though. So the Huntmaster gained him 4. In Evasive Action, yeah, it's a Mana Leak +1. So that's not bad. We kill within 2 turns, about. Okay. Well, if he does more damage to himself, we may kill even faster. If it's just a Mana Dork, I don't care. Yeah, it's fine. Get in there, you. Does this matter? No. Does not. Alright. Yeah, turn 2 Delver's still not bad, even in Hunter card. It's doing a lot of work here. Amazing how much work this little card can do. Yeah, I was going to say, I think the game is over. Okay, so against a blue deck, I like, or I'm sorry, green deck, I like this. I like Submerge. I probably want, well, not Blue Elemental Blast, I probably want Hydro Blast. And I like Dark Blast, and I like Forked Bolt. Alright, so what do we cut? The sword is kind of slow. Bone Picker. Well, we're on the draw, so I think Daze is worse. Seeker of the Way seems kind of bad in this matchup. It's just a ground dude. It doesn't really overwhelm. Maybe we cut the Skull and the Stoneforge and the Sword. They're really slow. Like, I feel like I need to get underneath him because I think he's going to overpower us eventually. Deathmark, I think, is a spell we want to include here. What do I cut for it, though? Chain Lightning, I think, is still fine. Yeah, maybe we do cut Chain. Just because it can be thrown back at us. If it's a late game draw, it's kind of bad then. So he's on red-green. Stompy, I would say. Quick pause, guys. Be right back. Alright, guys, back. I do think this is about a 50-50 matchup. His moon effects are going to be very back-breaking if he manages to land one. So we have to get underneath him. What do I think of this hand? I think this hand is a no-go. It's got too many big cards in it. I mean, alright, well, I'm going to keep this. Yeah, put that on top because the chances of him having a turn 1 Mana Dork are pretty high. Alright, no Mana Dork. We got a Rofilos or something. Worst would be like Sakura Tribe Elder. Okay, no, nothing. Well, if we get Blood Moon here, the game promptly ends. Blood Moon? Magoose? Magoose is fine. Alright, Kitchen Finks, whatever. Well, is the old Tassiger going to die here? Try to run the Flame Tongue Kavu trick. Okay. Do a 5-drop Acidic Slime. Okay, Magoose. Magoose is not going to do it here, though. Oh, hopefully not a Blood Moon now. The Lifelink's actually interesting. Come on, play a 5-drop. No, he's not going to. Alright, Garruk. Making what, a 3-3? Alright, well that was a pretty favorable exchange. And we could even attack with the Celestial Colonnade next turn. One more, there you go. That's probably good game. Good game, yeah, had it. Force Spike Sniper. Later, brother. Yep. Just setting it. He played around it for a long time, but I was like, I gotta set this thing up somehow. The Garrett couldn't live there. Cool games, though, so you got to see some DarkJeskai play out and some Scapeshift in the 100-card format. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This DarkJeskai deck is actually pretty sweet. It can pretty much never beat a Blood Moon. It's a very true statement about it, but I'll pull it up real fast because I don't think I've ever done a deck tech on this deck. It's really just a tempo deck, an aggro control deck. It's kind of, it takes what's good about Jeskai and mixes some black in there just for more fun. Now, it obviously incurs some additional frailty due to the fact that it can't really play around Moon as well. So you just have to out-tempo it and try to play around it. So here's the deck. Basically just a collection of the most efficient counter magic, the most efficient threats, and the best removal in the game. Plus, we have Chase the Mind Sculptor. Chase the Mind Sculptor, it's not a great tempo card, but it's a phenomenal inevitability card. Like, you land that thing, you're just like, alright, game over. There's a question as to whether this should be Elsbeth or Gideon. Elsbeth is actually quicker, so if you have creatures on board, Elsbeth can kill a turn faster than Gideon can, so that kind of lends some credibility to it, but I think Gideon, over time, leads to more inevitability. So it's kind of a concession we made. We also have Stoneforge plus Batterskull and Sword of Fire and Ice because it kind of helps bolster the aggressive matchups. This deck tends to languish against more aggressive decks because it's not quite an aggro deck, it's not quite a control deck. It does concede to, kind of boarding into more of a controlling posture with Moat, Dark Blast, Deathmark, the Clasms, the Forked Bolt, and the Spellskite, but it doesn't really do as well in that realm. We do have some decent lifelinkers against Red Deck wins, like Seeker of the Way is not bad. Jeskai Charm, like you saw, allowed us to abate any situation in which our opponent could race and also knock out a very important Planeswalker, as well as eat 2 of their threats. Although I think in that matchup, like, it was more crucial to get rid of the inefficient cards. Like, Sword is a 5-drop, Batterskull is a 5-drop. Like, unless you have Stoneforge, they're not good. Even when you have Stoneforge, it takes up 2 turns of your time to do it, unless you're just planning on playing a 1-drop on turn 3. Sure, Batterskull is good and all, but when you play it out on turn 3, it's pretty prone to removal at that point in time. And if it gets removed, it's just like you wasted 2 turns of your time doing that. This is one of the few decks that I play Monastery Mentor in 100 card. I think it's actually very good because it's a very low creature count deck, only 23, and then mostly just spells. Lighter mana base, only 35, smaller mana base than even, I believe, 4-color Blood that I run. I run 36 in that deck. But it has a lot of cantrips to kind of help enable that, plus stuff like Remand. But all around, a pretty cool deck, pretty potent, as you saw, and just kind of a fun deck, interactive deck to play. And then the Shift deck is just more of a combo control build. And I've shown you guys that list before. I don't think I've shown you the DarkJeskai list that I run here. I'm trying out Bone Picker in this thing. This card is 1 mana if something died, and this deck does kill a lot of stuff, especially if you're playing against creatures, and right now White Weenie's pretty popular. And in that matchup, I tend to think Flying tends to help win games, and you're going to be removing a lot of their critters if you're playing it right, because you're just not going to be able to out-tempo them, and hopefully landing a Moat. What does this deck give up? Well, it doesn't have a lot of good tutor effects, although this deck hasn't been updated in a while. I think Tainted Pact come out just for Demonic Tutor. I think that would just be better. And maybe it wants like 1 Toxic Deluge in the sideboard. I'm not sure on that. But yeah, just in general, like really just kind of an aggro control deck. And as you can see, you can end the game pretty quickly. And against a deck like the green ramp deck or the green-red ramp deck, you just got to get underneath them and then stop all of the relevant stuff they try to play in the interim between then. So, and then stop their bombs. Like Primeval Titan's a bomb, you stop it with 4 Spike in this case. And the game just ends because you have 7 plus 4 more damage, 11 damage coming the next turn, which is pretty close to dead. It's like to a point where they really are going to have a tough time racing that, especially with 4 power coming the next turn in the air. So, pretty interesting set of games. Hope you guys enjoyed them, and take care now.